done an email saying I would be doing it. So maybe next time I will just use that built-in thing.
Yeah,
But I'm trying to be so careful to not over email. I
yeah.
know that I have gotten to the point of turning off notifications with other people. Hello, who's there? Maybe that's just you and me.
I think no, we're live. I think we're good. Linda's here. Hi,
Hey,
Linda.
Linda! Welcome, welcome. Oh, and now it pops up on the screen. There, that looks a little better instead of the dry run. Hello, welcome, welcome, Robin. It's delightful to have you.
I'm so glad to be here.
Okay. Wow. Well, so this works. And we will be sharing this as a recording as well. So what I know about these and the way it works is it should be popping up only in the app. And for each hello everybody, I'm just so thrilled that you really came.
Let's keep going.
I know.
Hey,
Thank
Carla.
you. And the little hearts. And it occurred to me that everything that we can do to encourage engagement, encourage people to really get to know each other is good for us as a community as a whole. And Robin, thank you. You have been a really key part of that because here I am throwing my stuff around and I don't have we all know I don't have the real genealogy chops. I just have this wild and crazy ideas that I'm chasing, and you've all been so good to come along with me. So as I put together that calendar for this year, this new year, I started to just get, I don't know, verklempt over all of the things that were coming. And it occurred to me, well, that's why the doggone post is so long. But it also made me realize that we can only handle the updates one, week at a time. That's all I can do. So
Mhm.
I look at the calendar and say, oh my God, what am I doing this week? So I thought it might be helpful to just do these, keep them short and sweet, and also use them as a better way to get to know you, get to know all of you, and have you get to know each other. I invited Robin along this first week because she keeps me together. Also, we have a first starting on Tuesday this week in our collaboration Mission Genealogy, where we're doing the first of our now twice a month programs for, we're calling them the Mission Genealogy Gatherings. And the idea is to combine what we'd started last fall as a separate roundtable and office hours section and just put them together, but offer two sections at different times on the globe so that we can invite everyone from around the world to participate. As many of you will already know, I take this global thing very seriously. It's obviously a little bit of a joke, but still, for in the space of family history and genealogy, with so many of us speaking English, our ancestors, many of us, our ancestors came from Europe, or more specifically, the United Kingdom. And our diaspora, our stretch goes all the way across the planet, and bringing us together and finding ways to collaborate and share similar challenges, it just makes a lot of sense. So I do events at two different times of the my day here in California, 10 a.m. Pacific time, which I often call Atlantic time, or 4 p.m. Pacific time, which I often call well, the Pacific edition or Pacific time. And I'm finding new ways to do that. I can't do two of these. I'm not going to, but 2 o'clock in the afternoon, surprisingly, at the crack of dawn in the Pacific Rim, and the evening for you in Europe, it almost sort of works. So who knows? Let's experiment. So, with that, I wonder, Robin, would you, in addition to your smiling mug, like
Mhm.
to share a little bit about what we have up to on Tuesday?
Yeah, so it's going to be 90 minutes long, and that will give us a little wiggle room, 45 minutes for each, depending on how everything goes. And the round table, or no, the office hours part of it will be first, and then the round table will be where it ends up. And the round table, we're going to have one of the breakout rooms be about writing, and we're still putting together ideas. I think we talked about tools for the other one, but we're still kind of open to that and letting it happen as it happens. And then the office hours, you will present a quick presentation, and then we will have then we'll have the questions and answers. And it's we were talking about this. It's really important that everybody knows that anybody can answer these questions because we are a group of people that bring with us great resources, and there are any of us out there that can answer these questions. So I encourage everybody to do that, and I know you do too. And that's kind of it. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited about the new format, and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. You said, "Well," or something like that, because you must know that we kinda make this up just before it happens. As for topics, I'm continuously thinking about topics that would be useful, but I don't really have any idea. So, y'all
Mhm.
can welcome to jot notes about things that you'd like to understand more about. I'll have to go back and look at what we did for each of these past. I'm trying to get something recorded with each one of these office hour sections and have those sections not go on too long. I do go on too long, and I try to be prepared so that I don't, or try to rein it in anyway. And I'm always thinking about new angles and topics, but I frankly learn about what people want to know by questions, questions people ask me. So, I mean, heck, maybe I can do something about what I've learned from doing a live video, and some ideas about when it might be useful because it was a surprise to me. And as you know, we think a lot about video for Project Kin because to me, it's just store and forward events. It's recording in a live studio audience for what is really a video podcast, and I'm too lazy to edit it because podcasting editing is very hard. And my staff has the day off permanently.
Oh, that staff of yours.
I know, that's why I included her in the picture. Speaking of which, the sun's on the other side of the house at this hour of the day, so she's abandoned me.
Oh.
Yeah. Thanks for the hearts for the cats. Are there any comments for you? Now, I see all of you are on your phone, so it's a lot of trouble to type in messages. That's what I don't get. That's kind of. Oh, hey, here's an idea. We're thinking about topics for mission genealogy in the office hours. This would be the section that I will do 15 minutes max, try 10, and record it. Two topics that ideas that we have I forgotten it already? Oh, no, these were breakout rooms. I still need topics. So let's do questions and you all can hit your heart button to vote. How about that? So,
You go, Barb.
so for the round table for mission genealogy meeting on Tuesday, whether you can be there or not, two breakout room ideas that we have. Which would you want to join if you had the chance to join only one of them? Vote now. The two are writing,
Mhm.
about writing, and the second one is about tools to use for your genealogy. So, ready with your heart button? How many of you would like to do writing, a breakout room about writing? Okay, maybe the hearts don't work.
Maybe nobody wants that.
Or nobody wants that. Oh, hello. Yeah, writing, writing. Do I hear any more? Come on. You can hit lots of times. It doesn't matter. Makes me feel good. Okay, you're cooking. That's fine. You could be doing something else. Thank you. See, I can't even tell who that was. How about for tools? Talking about tools that we use from things like Notion to um, online platforms or anything else. Okay. Poof. All right, which actually kind of reminds me. So we'll think thank you It looks like there we go. Thank you so much. So we can do a survey to get a more specific solutions. But on the topic of tools, if I may interject, okay, I
I
love you
Schools
too.
are winning.
On the subject of tools, actually, if I may interject, what else is coming on my week next week is on Thursday, I have the first of what I expect to be a series, but I don't have additional programs scheduled yet, to talk about what I call the push and pull of platforms. It's a little bit of a title game I'm playing, and it will be a special conversation, including two speakers in the Pacific Rim area: Jennifer Jones, who many of you know from Tracking Down the Family, and the recent fabulous podcast interview she was on. And second is Jane Chapman, who has a regular blog under the Dual Genealogist and is becoming more active on Substack. Both of them are active here on Substack. And I asked them each to join each other and me in a conversation to really talk about thoughtfully how we're using the choices that they individually have made and why with respect to their own family history genealogy blogs and Substack. Because I think that is apparently my connection is unstable, or I am unstable. It's not clear. Um, and I thought it would be an interesting conversation. This one will be at 4 p.m. Pacific time. This is what we call our Pacific edition because that just happened to work out first. I also have talked to several of you about doing a program in the Atlantic time window. So there's a number of ideas I have there, and the cool thing is, it kind of doesn't matter what else you're talking about. WordPress is one of the most common things I've heard about for family historians to have, decades long WordPress blogs they've had, but other things too. There's a lovely Hannah, help me with the last name, who has a wonderful blog about community cookbooks. And she did have a wonderful post about using Substack together with Reddit, which I thought was really interesting. And that might be great. She has a brand new baby, so I'm leaving her alone. But there are many combinations of things, and I think there's a few lessons to be learned from the insights of those that have started to combine these functions. My private podcast, Project Recipe, essentially was doing that. I was talking about using Substack together with my We Are archive. The difference was that I made a big deal about it being private, and I think the private part of it adds a layer of complexity. So I went on and on. But I'd love to know what more people are doing, why they're doing it, how they're doing it. And I think that just becomes a lesson that we can all learn from. So that's on Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And again, all of these are in projectkin.org/events.
That sounds really cool. I'm looking forward to it.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
So those are the two events coming up this week. Next week, I'll plan to do it again at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Heads up, I have another event I'm supposed to be at in person. So I'm just going to try to duck out in a garden somewhere and just do this. We'll see if it works. But I am committed to trying to do this on a regular basis. The idea being to cover what's coming in the coming week, topics and questions we can ask about, and we'll sort of see what works well, what doesn't. And then maybe we'll have a whole event just about that, right?
Sounds cool.
Okay. Thank you so much for being my partner in this,
Anytime.
Robin. I can't thank you enough. You're always just right there for me, ready to try. I'll always welcome others to if you're willing to scare it up with me. It turns out it was actually ridiculously easy. Would
Yeah.
you say?
I It was easy for me. I just had to push the button.
Any questions from any of you? We have a total of 12 people watching live, which frankly is like a high water mark on our Zoom-based events. It is only 12 minutes into this, so we did pretty well for a change, not running
Yeah.
over. Okay. Well, I won't dwell it on. let's see how it goes, and I'll see you again next week. Thank
Uh,
you, everyone. Take care now.